NHL trading deadline is just around the corner. Last year, that first week of March, there were 43 trades made at the NHL trading deadline.
That was a flurry.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I've never seen anything like it. I don't know if we're going to have that many this year because there have already been a couple significant trades. But the big storyline right now in the NHL is that team, the Edmonton Oilers, and they're looking for a frontline goaltender. I'm not saying they're giving up on Stuart Skinner, but I think the reality is that he's so erratic. And 2 years ago, he cost him in the playoffs. Last year, he was rock solid, consistent. This year, he's gotten a case of the shakes again. They're shopping for a goaltender. I don't know how they're going to execute it if they get a veteran with a big salary cap number because they're really up against the cap. But the Edmonton Oilers are talking to Anaheim about the veteran goaltender, John Gibson. And he's got $6 million owed next year, $6 million the year after, and the remnants of $6 million this season. But he's available, and he's resurrected his career. I think his record's 9-9 right now in a bounce-back season from injuries with a really bad team around him. And the Ducks have responded this year. They're at 25-6 right now. They're playing much, much better. John Gibson's on the trade block. Edmonton's talked to St. Louis. I don't understand why this is happening, but Jordan Binnington carried Team USA to the finals of the Four Nations tournament. He's on the trade block. It may be that St. Louis just doesn't see the consistency in him, even though he's got a big contract. So Edmonton's talking to them. Edmonton's also talking to Vancouver. It's got 3 goaltenders. Vancouver just continues to make trades to try to find the right chemistry. They're clawing their way into this playoff race, but they're talking about Arturs Slovis, who had the great run during the playoffs last season for the Canucks after they lost Thatcher Demko. He might be traded too. Vancouver's got salary cap problems, so they're trying to move some more salary out of there. But Edmonton is going to make a deal, and I'd love to see John Gibson go there, get the chance maybe to be in the Stanley Cup again. I don't know how the Oilers make his almost $18 million worth of salary fit under their cap.
Well, how exactly do you judge, a goalkeeper? I mean, because you can obviously look at the win and loss ratio, but what are the advanced metrics for the analysis of a goalie?
Well, really, obviously, goals against average. I mean, if you're under 3.00, if you got a really good goals against average in the mid twos, that's impressive. Save percentage, guys goals against average can be skewed because he plays on a bad team and looks at a lot of rubber. That's what John Gibson's situation's been in Anaheim for a group of years. But if your save percentage is 90 or higher, that means you're a really good goaltender, regardless of all the stuff that's happening around you. So there are a lot of metrics there.
Do they judge goalies? Like, are there certain skill types? Like quarterbacks are either runners or passers or hybrids. Is there such a analysis of goalies?
If you got big goaltenders that are 6'4" who've got mobility, who wear those pads, they take up the whole cage. You can't see any openings, and you're able to move left to right. You got side to side. That helps. But really, I think save percentage more than anything else really says this guy is hot right now. This is the right guy.
Right on.
Maybe it'll be John Gibson. We'll have to see. I think the Ducks have fixed their franchise. They've kind of turned the corner. I'm not sure they're a playoff team right now, but the fact they're 25-6, they haven't been at 500 this late in a long time. And they've been in the playoffs in a while. And obviously, Ducks Stanley Cup hockey was a long time ago. So I'd like to see it work for John Gibson. He's a hell of a guy. I don't understand what's going on in St. Louis with Binnington, but they must not believe in him this season because he's just not been the same goalie as he was a year ago. You like hockey, NHL, O Canada Network, feel free, dive on board, give us your opinion. By the way, in Winnipeg, they have now won 11 in a row.
Wow.
They have the best record in the National Hockey League, the Winnipeg Jets. This has just been a season to remember, and will be a season to remember if these guys go to the Stanley Cup Finals. It's phenomenal what's happened north of the border in Winnipeg. Okay, from hockey,